Oh, so back to traveling. So I used to travel a lot. I was in Canada. Have you been to Canada? Now I was in the first time I went to Canada. I was not in one of the nicer cities. I went to Winnipeg in February. I went north of Minnesota in February. That's like going south of hell in August. It doesn't get colder than that. It's like, oh, excuse me, I dropped my ear. See, but I had to go because it was a job, but no one bothered to tell me that I had to go through immigration to get into the country. So I got into trouble at the border crossing with this rude woman. She said she couldn't understand me because I had an accent. So she's asking me all these annoying questions. She says to me, what country are you a citizen of? I said, the United States. What are you doing here? I'm working. What do you do? I'm a comedian. And she thought I said, I'm a Canadian. So then she says, I thought you said you're from the United States. So I thought that she's saying that you can't be funny and be from the United States. So then I said, you know, Will Rogers, a great American, had a terrific sense of humor. She said, I don't care who you're related to, but I don't like your attitude. Think you're pretty funny, don't you? What are you, some kind of comedian? I said, no, I'm from the United States. Can't believe I remembered all that. My memory is really fading. You know, I can remember something from years ago, and I can't remember, what was I saying? I was thinking about this song I learned in the 3rd grade. It's called The Erie Canal. Do you know this song? I've got a mule and her name is Sal, 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal, 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Come on, everybody. She's hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay, and she knows every inch of the way from Albany to Buffalo. Now, I have known that song since the 3rd grade. It's been up here for 58 years. And that is why, when I go to the mall, I can't find my car. I'm in the parking ramp, clicking my remote, hoping I hear something. All I hear is a guy one aisle over going, I've got a mule and her name is Sal. He can't find his car either. You know what's, oh, I forgot where the mic stand was. I can't believe it. Yeah. You know, my mother saved my schoolwork from when I was in elementary school. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? Look at that penmanship. Cursive, ladies and gentlemen, cursive. Doesn't even exist anymore. Okay, this is 4th grade I wrote these. This first one is called If I Were My Mother. If I were my mother, I would hit my sister a lot. If I wanted to kiss her, I'd lick her. I have no idea what that means. Maybe I would throw both of my sisters out of the house. Boy, I wish I were my mother. I'd have so much fun. And the teacher writes B-. After reading that, not Cathy, have any problems at home? Would you like me to schedule a conference with your parents? Maybe you'd like to speak with me privately after class. No, just B-. Mrs. Abrams, horrible woman. She was a horrible woman. I remember when she used to sit behind her New York City Regulation Board of Education desk. She looked normal from the waist up, but then when she stood up, she had hips out to here. And we would have to hold on to our desks when she walked between the aisles because her hips would bang into our desks and throw us into the big windows and we would all die. True story. Look at this one, huh? Look how old that is. Looks like the Magna Carta, doesn't it? The genus of tree that made this paper doesn't exist on the planet anymore. Now, this is amazing. I wrote this 58 years ago on one side of a sheet of paper. After I read this to you, there's nothing more that you need to know about me. That's how jam-packed full of information this is. This one is called The Best Day of My Life. One day when we were in Washington, D.C., we went to visit some friends. We were sitting down watching TV when I started to itch. Kind of comes out of nowhere, doesn't it, huh? I guess I had a time constraint. I had to get right to the meat of my story, you know. Oh, I better get to the itching part right now. I went over to my mother and said, "Mommy, I itch all over." She said it was nothing. She didn't even look. I remember this very clearly. She said, "I'm having a cocktail with my friend. Leave me alone." She said it was nothing, and I went back to watch TV. A few minutes later, I went back to my mother and said, "Ma, it still bothers me." They looked under my shirt. Sure enough, I had the German measles. It's not that I like being sick, but I do have two reasons why I liked having the German measles. One, to get it over with. Two, you're served breakfast in bed like a queen. Well, I sure was lucky that day because you have the German measles once, and then that's the end of the German measles. And that was the best day of my life. And that's all you need to know. Thank you so much. You've been a great audience.